So even those who are outraged about police brutality, the We Are Here movement is for them as well?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Asking even those outraged about police brutality, is the We Are Here movement about that as well? Yes. So the We Are Here movement is really a place to aggregate all of our voices under one hub, where the voices will be collected. So you sign up and your voice is immediately collected as a person who wants to be a light in the world, who wants to evoke change in the world. And so once that happens, we'll be able to communicate and educate each other about all the things that are happening across the globe, locally in our own hometowns, as well as globally, and be able to say, like, this doesn't feel right, what's going on with here? Then the movement will be able to offer the opportunity for us to do something. So perhaps that's institutional change or policy reform, whatever the case, and we'll be able to say, we need to gather 300,000 names in order to put this in the government's face like this and to stop XYZ, whatever it is the issue might be. And so what we've done is we've gathered 12 organizations, and we call them the Coalition, and these 12 organizations are already doing incredible work. And so they're issues that span from extreme poverty to healthcare to inequalities to gun reform, whatever the case might be. You can go on weareheremovement.com, and these 12 organizations are tackling already these issues. And so they're that diverse. They're global and they're local. And so that the hope is that this will turn you on to be able to say, man, it just bothers me, what just happened down in Ferguson. I want to do something specific that's going to change that. Or it bothers me what's going on in Nigeria and Sudan and Afghanistan, and I want to represent girls' education. Like, that bothers me that girls don't get a chance to have the proper education. So you get a chance, or it bothers me that these children are having to experience war in this way, and then how are they supposed to interface in society? There's an organization called War Child. So you find what inspires you and your passion, and then you'd be able to directly help them. You can donate your time, you can donate your ideas, your thoughts, you can volunteer. And then more importantly, as we gather all these voices together, it'll be specific actions on how to change policies.
So because there are so many issues that are under the We Are Here movement umbrella, what are the metrics for success?
Yeah, I think the metrics for success is really actual change, actual change, because what I believe happens for us, is we just feel like, man, we just all got together and did this amazing march and we protested this particular issue, and then what happened, right? So we don't want to feel like that. Who wants to feel like that? I don't want to feel like that. And then you feel like you don't want to, get out there and do stuff because you feel like this kind of underlying thing that nothing really changes. And that's not the case. And I just even want to change that kind of energy around it, because we are amazingly powerful, especially as a unit, as a group of loud voices. And I think that has been shown, and we have seen that when we start to make a lot of noise, attention and spotlights do get placed on the situations that we might be uncomfortable with. But there is this question about what's the next step. So for me, the change, the metrics to really, really say what we were able to change would be, my two biggest things would be institutional change and real policy reform, so that we can actually say, it used to be the case that this happened, but because we shoved this information up the government's butt to the point where they could not even ignore us any longer, they could not change. There's no way this wouldn't change, and so we did this. And so I would really like to see actual policy reform and institutional change. And I would like us to see that and education for us too, because this is not stuff that's often brought to our attention, or we don't exactly get the intel, or when we hear it, it's kind of given in like this big news caption way where you're kind of like, whoa, that's like 300,000 things all at once, and I don't know what to do about that, you know what I mean? And I think that at the bottom of it all, if we continue to have extreme poverty and lack of education, and poor health care for people all over the world, then this will constantly spawn on these issues that we're dealing with, because that's the root of all the issues, So we also have to look at it as a holistic approach, which is what weareheremovement.com is about too. It's about the fact that not one problem exists by itself. You know, it exists because of a whole slew of issues that we have to look at all together. And so I would like to also see us just really getting out of the mentality of us versus them over there, us over here. It's like, that's crazy. We can keep doing that type of attitude and like we're all gonna be underneath the ocean somewhere, because it's not, you know, that's not the way we have to look at it. We're all interconnected, and we all are gonna either reap the benefits of our coming together or the catastrophes.